To begin working on Flipgrid, you'll need the Flipgrid app. You can download the Flipgrid app to your iPad, but luckily you can also download it to any other mobile device. So if you feel more comfortable using your phone, that's perfectly fine as well. Click on it. It'll probably take you to a screen like this. Your recent Flipgrid topics might come up in the bottom, especially if you are using Flipgrid for multiple classes. If this happens to you and you don't see the class you are looking for, you'll click on Enter Flip Code. Now for us right now, the code is just VMS Lewis tutorial. And then it's going to ask you to log in. So you are going to click log in with Google. And if you have a personal email account, you don't want to use that one. You want to use your school email. So your 224 number at voorhees.k12.nj.us. And then your password is probably your birthday VT. Then you'll be into the grid. Now, every time that you open your Flipgrid, the grid that is going to pop up, or the topic that's going to pop up, is the most recent one that was posted. So for our purposes right now, the most recent topic that was posted was the Flipgrid tutorial. So you'll notice that every single topic that is posted on Flipgrid has its own title, as well as its own little animation or photo or video that pops up on the left-hand side with directions on the right-hand side. It's important that anytime you open up a new topic, you're reading through those directions. So this says, this is where you will see the directions for your assignment. Always make sure to read through the directions before you start recording. Sometimes there might be a link or an attachment for you to click on and read through before you record as well. Then under those directions, you'll see a little line that says tip, and sometimes there will be a short tip added there that will help you with your assignment in some way. Below that, you see a little link that says tutorial attachment. Attached there could be anything from a Google Doc to a website to a YouTube video, something that I'm trying to bring your attention to before you start recording. So it's always important that you look for that before you jump right into your assignment. So all you would do is click it and it would take you out to whatever server. You'll also see this little blue icon with a book and like a volume button. You click on that, it'll take you out where it will start to read the directions. So all you do is click play and it'll start to read. Now, to add your video, once you have finished reading the directions, you know exactly what you need to do. The first thing that you do is you click this green circle with a plus sign to share your voice. This button takes you to the video editor. So here is where you can record your Flipgrid video using a lot of the different effects that they have to offer you. So you can click this little magic ball to add a filter. They have lots of fun different ones. The one you want to stay away from is this little robot. It distorts your face. Please don't use that unless I ask you to specifically. Then there's also text you can write on your video and you can move it around. You can add emojis. Love an angel emoji. You can scribble. And you can even use this whiteboard feature, but typically that won't be something that I want you to use because it covers your face. If you click the top left, not the X, don't click the X, that will delete your video and take you back to the home page. But if you click this button, you can see the like the directions if you need a reminder. And I think you can move those around as well. There we go. And you can also have this little post-it note where you can put notes to yourself like, hey, don't forget to mention, this passage from the book or whatever we might be talking about. To get that to go away, you just click that button again. To record, you click this little circle in the center of your screen, and that's where you'll, start recording, and you can pause and keep adding to your recording as you go. The thing to remember is that all of these features, like the text and the filters and the emojis, you have to put those on before you start recording. So it's not like some of those other apps out there that you record your video or you take your picture and then you edit it. Instead, you have to put those edits on first. So that's important to remember if you want to include those. Once you finish recording, you can hit this little blue arrow, and this will take you to the editor recording, where you can move these pieces around just by holding them down and switching them up. You can add more if you realize you forgot something. You can also click this cloud in the top right to save your work to your camera roll, which is, I think, a good idea, because sometimes it can get very easily deleted, because the second you click this little X, it's gone. If you have something that you recorded on your camera roll and you just want to upload that instead of recording in Flipgrid, you just click this little picture right here, and you can add your video clip or a photo on top of your Flipgrid recording. Once you've finished editing your video, you will take a selfie to be posted. This is what's going to show up with all of the other Flipgrid videos for that topic. So you can use the features to put a filter, to put text. I like to write like the title of my video on my selfie. I just think that it's fun. And then you'll smile, take your picture. Now it looks like I'm eating the title of my video. Once I'm ready to post, I click this green button in the bottom right. It's going to ask me for my name and the title of my video. I'll type that in. And then I click this little rocket ship to submit my video. Do not close it until it's posted. And then your video is posted. I suggest that if you're worried that your video didn't post, to click that download button. But if you're feeling confident, you're feeling good, you can return to the grid. Now you'll see that your video has shown up on the responses, and normally this would have multiple from various students in the class. Another thing you can do on a Flipgrid topic is respond to your friends' videos. So say I'm going into this topic and I'm looking to post a response. I'll click on my friend's video and I'll watch my friend's video all the way through, and then I have a few options. One thing I can do is I can like the video by clicking this little green heart in the top right. That's just a nice way to show that you've seen the video and kind of validate your classmates' work. Another thing that you can do is reply to their video. So this is more of the conversation piece. All you have to do to post a response to your friends is click this circle at the bottom of the video that's like a little blue chat button. And once you click that, it's going to take you to the exact same screen that you recorded your personal post on, except now you are posting to your friend. So let's see. Hello, great video. I loved everything that you did and that you said. Great job. Hello. So I'm confident with this. I will post it. And then I can submit my video as a response. Same thing here. Don't close it until you get confirmation that it actually posted. We wouldn't want you to lose anything. Okay, and once your video is posted, you can return to the grid, and then you'll see your response to your friend's video is right under their video, and then you can click it. Once you click the response video, you can click it, and normally there will be multiple for you to watch to see the responses to your video or to your friend's videos. I've hopped on an old Flipgrid here to kind of show you what a filled-in grid is going to look like. So this topic is from a different class where they did a virtual talent show. So you'll see as you scroll, here's everyone's videos. Like we talked about, we have the selfie with the title. Some people used emojis. And with all of these posted, all you have to do is click on one, and then you can start watching them, which is pretty fun. You'll notice that instead of a green plus over here, we have the snowflake. This means that the topic is frozen so that people can open this topic and view the videos, but no new videos can be added. So normally a topic is frozen when I'm no longer, taking responses for that topic, but I still want you guys to be able to look at the videos. So sometimes, because this is reading and language arts, sometimes it happens that we have 2 assignments on Flipgrid. And so one will come up as the most recent when you click on the topic to open it. And you might notice that it's not the topic you're looking for. So I'm in the talent show topic right now, but I need to go somewhere else. So all I do is click on this little arrow, and I have all of our topics from the whole year posted here. Obviously, the most recent one is going to be at the top. So maybe I needed to be in this Would You Rather topic instead of the talent show. Then I can go here, and I'm where I need to be. Luckily, if for some reason you do post your video in the wrong topic, I can go in and move it for you. So if that happens, you just let me know and I can get it placed in the right spot. You don't have to redo it. I hope by now you've learned a little bit about how we will use Flipgrid in reading and language arts this year. Hopefully you feel a little bit more comfortable with the app, and as you start to use it more frequently, everything is going to come to you very easily. It's so similar to regular social media apps that I think you are going to take to it super easily. So I look forward to hearing you share your voice on Flipgrid this school year.